Hi folks, welcome back. I finally got my display case up and running. Took an evening to clean out the gearbox and tore it apart. The gears were kind of sticky and it wasn't moving around like it should. And I found what the problem was and I took care of that. And then the light didn't work either, so I took the light out and went over to Lowe's and picked up another one. I was so surprised they even had it because this thing is at least 40 years old and I don't think they ever replaced the light bulb on it from the looks of it. But as you can see, it turns very, very slowly, which is really, really nice. Let me show you the nice features about this display case. It has, actually it has 10 levels because it's almost 6 foot tall. And what we end up doing is these shelves are cut out with a U-shape, almost like a star, a U-shape, and then there's a shelf here, a U-shape, and then there's another shelf. You can see the Santa sitting there. But if I have a real long piece, it fits on the next shelf because they're offset. Where the U-shape is where the next shelf starts, so I can put something taller, and I'll show you that in a second. Right here is a good indication of how that works. See, his head's way past the U-shape. So I can put at least 7-8 inch piece in here with no problem. Same thing with my bears, they stick a little higher than what would fit in between the shelves. So because of that U-shape being cut out, it's very easy to display things. So this is what it looks like, and I really was happy to find it. I had one years and years ago when I worked at the decoy shop down in Kitchen Kettle in Interfirst, Pennsylvania. And the owner, when he left the business, the turntable wasn't working too well. I think the light was okay, but the turntable wasn't working. And he asked if I would want it, because he tried to fix it a couple of times, and he just wanted to get rid of it. And so I took that home and used it for a number of years, and it kind of fell apart. I couldn't get it to work correctly. But I put a little more time into this, and WD-40 does wonders on a lot of stuff. It really cleaned up the gearbox really well. And I reassembled everything and put it back together, and lo and behold, it's working like it should. So I'm real happy with it. I'll probably cover the Timex display with a couple little signs at the top, or I may just leave it because it is almost an antique. It's 40 some years old, and it's still working. You can see it's moving very slowly. The rotation's about 1 rotation per minute. And I thought if this motor doesn't work, I'll find another motor somewhere else that would suit my needs to get this to rotate. But it's not real quick where things are flying off the shelf. It's just a nice steady, slow turning, which you want people to be able to see it without trying to memorize what it looked like. So it's a pretty cool display. If you find one of these, there's not a lot of these around. I saw a few others on Craigslist. That's where I found it. In fact, I found 2 in my area. They're both about 2 hours away. This one was about an hour and a half away. The other one's about 2.5 hours away. And this was a little more expensive, but I decided it was worth it in the gas not to go to the further one. Plus, at the Jersey Shore, I'm telling you, there is such traffic galore with summer. So I decided to go to Bethlehem, PA for this piece. And I had it strapped at the top of my car. If you're part of my Facebook page, you would have seen that that picture. If you haven't seen it, you can go to my blog. If you're not part of Facebook, you can go to my blog and see it there. But it's pretty neat. I'm looking forward to having a good Christmas this year. I have about 40 pieces left or so. I have more to add to the case. This case will be filled by the time Christmas comes around. And then again, all the other stuff that I don't have room for will also still go on the same shelves I had last year. Alright, so that's what it looks like. It looks like it's going to work good now, and you know, it's amazing what you can fix if you want to. I wasn't sure if I could get it to work, but it's working fine. Alright folks, take care. Bye-bye.